You're listening to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, created to help you succeed in your educational journey. Learn more at baremetalcyber.com, where additional prepcasts, books, and training materials await. Let's get started. Healthcare has always been a field that blends science, technology, and human compassion. But in recent years, artificial intelligence has emerged as a force capable of reshaping the very foundation of how care is delivered. When we talk about AI in healthcare, we are describing more than just futuristic robots or digital assistants. We are exploring a growing ecosystem of intelligent systems that analyze information, detect patterns, and support decision-making in ways that were once thought impossible. From the earliest attempts to build rule-based systems that mimicked expert reasoning, to today's deep learning models that scan images with remarkable precision, AI is being woven into nearly every corner of medicine. As we move through this lesson, we will examine the history, the breakthroughs, and the challenges, helping you see why AI is no longer a side topic in healthcare, but a central driver of transformation. Artificial intelligence first entered healthcare through what were called expert systems, and one of the most famous examples was a program named MYCIN. Developed in the 1970s, MYCIN was designed to assist doctors in diagnosing blood infections and recommending antibiotics. It did this by applying a series of if-then rules, much like a human expert reasoning through possible causes. Although MYCIN was never widely deployed in clinical practice, it demonstrated a profound truth: computers could simulate medical reasoning in specific, narrow domains. This paved the way for what we now call clinical decision support systems. They may not have replaced doctors, but they showed that AI could stand beside them as a partner, pointing out options, suggesting treatments, and reducing the risk of human oversight. Medical imaging quickly became a natural home for AI because it is a domain rich with visual patterns and massive datasets. Radiology, for instance, involves interpreting X-rays, CT scans, and MRIs, tasks that are often repetitive but carry high stakes. Errors in interpretation can mean delayed diagnoses or unnecessary procedures. By training algorithms on millions of labeled images, researchers created models capable of spotting tumors, fractures, or other abnormalities with remarkable accuracy. In some cases, these systems detect issues earlier than the human eye might, serving as a second set of highly reliable eyes. Importantly, this does not mean radiologists are being replaced. Instead, it frees them from repetitive tasks and lets them focus on complex cases, patient communication, and multidisciplinary collaboration. Another vital area where AI has stepped in is pathology and laboratory medicine. Traditionally, specialists examine tissue samples under a microscope to look for abnormal cells or patterns. While effective, this process is time-intensive and subject to human fatigue. AI models trained on digitized slides can scan thousands of images rapidly, flagging those that may contain cancerous or precancerous changes. Laboratory systems now integrate algorithms that interpret blood tests, genetic panels, and microbiology cultures, improving both speed and accuracy. This helps ensure that subtle abnormalities are not overlooked. A useful way to think about this is to imagine AI as a tireless assistant working through the night, ensuring that when the physician arrives in the morning, the most concerning cases are already highlighted and ready for review. Predictive analytics adds another dimension by helping clinicians see into the future of patient care. These systems use patterns in data such as past hospital admissions, lab results, and lifestyle factors to forecast how a disease might progress or how a patient might respond to a treatment. For example, an AI tool might analyze the records of thousands of heart failure patients and then use that knowledge to identify who is at risk of readmission within 30 days. This allows hospitals to intervene proactively, perhaps by arranging follow-up visits or adjusting medication. In effect, predictive analytics transforms healthcare from a reactive practice waiting until patients get worse into a proactive one where providers act early to improve outcomes and reduce costs. Genomics and precision medicine represent some of the most exciting frontiers of AI in healthcare. Every human being carries unique genetic variations that influence how they respond to disease and to treatments. Analyzing genetic data is a massive computational challenge, as each genome consists of billions of base pairs. AI helps scientists and clinicians sift through this enormous data field to find meaningful patterns, such as mutations linked to cancer risk or genetic markers that predict whether a patient will benefit from a particular drug. This enables a more personalized approach, tailoring treatment not just to the disease but to the individual. Imagine two patients with the same type of cancer receiving different therapies because AI has identified which option is most likely to succeed for each. This is the promise of precision medicine made possible by intelligent analysis. Drug discovery is another domain being reshaped by AI, where time and cost have historically been enormous barriers. Traditional methods of identifying potential compounds can take years of trial and error, with many candidates failing before they even reach clinical trials. AI algorithms accelerate this process by simulating how molecules might interact with biological targets, rapidly narrowing down the field to the most promising candidates. Some systems even generate novel chemical structures that scientists might not have considered otherwise. This not only saves time, but also opens new avenues for therapies that could address conditions previously thought untreatable. In this sense, AI is like a tireless researcher, tirelessly scanning possibilities and bringing forward the best leads for human scientists to refine. Virtual health assistants are becoming common, offering patients a form of AI-powered guidance. These tools can range from simple chatbots that answer questions about medication schedules to more advanced platforms that monitor symptoms and advise when to seek medical attention. For patients managing chronic conditions such as diabetes or asthma, having an AI assistant available around the clock provides reassurance and continuity of care. While these systems are not a substitute for a physician, they help bridge the gap between appointments and empower patients with information at their fingertips. This reflects a broader trend of healthcare shifting from hospital-centered to patient-centered, with AI extending the reach of professional advice beyond the clinic walls. Remote patient monitoring is an extension of this idea, enabled by the rise of the Internet of Things. Wearable devices and connected sensors can track vital signs such as heart rate, oxygen saturation, and blood pressure continuously. AI algorithms analyze these data streams in real time, alerting providers if readings fall outside safe ranges. Consider a heart patient wearing a sensor that detects irregular rhythms. The AI system might flag an early warning before a crisis occurs, allowing doctors to intervene quickly. This not only enhances safety but also helps patients feel more secure in their daily lives, knowing that someone or something is always watching over their health. Telemedicine has also benefited significantly from AI enhancements. With the rapid adoption of video consultations, physicians often face the challenge of limited time and incomplete information. AI tools can support these sessions by transcribing conversations, pulling relevant history from electronic health records, and even triaging patients before they connect with a doctor. For example, an AI system might direct a patient with mild symptoms to self-care resources, while ensuring urgent cases are prioritized for immediate consultation. This improves efficiency for providers and reduces frustration for patients, ensuring that telemedicine is more than just a video call but a streamlined, data-enhanced experience. Hospitals themselves run on complex logistics, from scheduling operating rooms to managing supplies and staff rosters. AI has proven invaluable in optimizing these operations. By analyzing historical usage patterns, predictive models can forecast demand for certain services and adjust schedules accordingly. This reduces bottlenecks, prevents wasted resources, and improves patient throughput. For instance, I might help a hospital predict when flu season will peak, allowing it to stock up on necessary medications and schedule more staff in advance. These optimizations may not be visible to patients directly, but they translate into shorter wait times, better care, and a smoother healthcare experience overall. Another crucial application is fraud detection in healthcare claims. With billions of dollars flowing through insurance systems, Fraudulent billing is a significant problem. AI algorithms trained to detect anomalies can scan vast numbers of claims, spotting patterns that suggest abuse, such as duplicate charges or billing for procedures never performed. By flagging suspicious claims for human review, AI helps insurers save money and ensures that resources are directed to genuine patient care. This protective role reinforces trust in healthcare systems by reducing waste and keeping costs under control for everyone involved. Ethical challenges inevitably arise as AI becomes more integrated into healthcare. Patient privacy is one of the most pressing concerns, as these systems often require access to sensitive health data. Questions of informed consent become complex when algorithms are involved, especially when patients may not fully understand how their data is used. Algorithmic bias is another serious issue, as models trained on skewed data may deliver less accurate results for certain populations, potentially worsening disparities. These ethical dilemmas remind us that technology alone is not enough. It must be guided by strong principles, oversight, and a commitment to fairness in patient care. To address these concerns, regulatory oversight is steadily evolving. In the United States, the Food and Drug Administration plays a central role in evaluating and approving medical AI tools, ensuring they meet safety and efficacy standards. Internationally, organizations like the European Medicines Agency and health ministries around the world are also establishing frameworks for review. The challenge is that AI evolves rapidly, often faster than regulation can keep pace. This creates a tension between encouraging innovation and protecting patients. Regulators must strike a balance, ensuring that beneficial tools reach the market while maintaining rigorous safeguards against risks. Despite technological advances, adoption barriers remain. Many clinicians are skeptical of AI, worrying about liability if an algorithm makes a mistake or if its recommendations contradict their judgment. Integrating AI into existing workflows can also be challenging, as healthcare systems are already burdened with complex electronic records and administrative demands. Building trust requires demonstrating that AI tools are reliable, transparent, and designed to support, not replace, the professional expertise of doctors and nurses. Until these barriers are addressed, even the most advanced systems may struggle to achieve widespread use. One of the most encouraging aspects of AI in healthcare is its impact on public health. By analyzing data at a population level, AI can help epidemiologists track disease outbreaks, predict the spread of infections, and support the design of health policies. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, AI was used to monitor mobility patterns and forecast case surges, helping governments prepare responses. Beyond crises, AI can also identify long-term health trends, such as rising rates of chronic disease, allowing public health agencies to design preventative programs. In this way, AI not only helps individual patients, but also strengthens society's ability to protect and promote health. For more cyber-related content and books, please check out cyberauthor.me. Also, there are other prepcasts on cybersecurity and more at baremetalcyber.com. AI in personalized medicine builds on the promise of genomics and takes it further by incorporating lifestyle, environment, and clinical history into treatment decisions. Imagine a patient with diabetes. Traditional approaches might follow general guidelines for insulin therapy, but with AI analyzing their genetic makeup, diet, exercise habits, and even data from wearables, a plan can be tailored specifically to that person. This level of customization means better control, fewer side effects, and higher adherence because the treatment feels personally relevant. Personalized medicine also shifts the mindset from treating the disease to treating the individual, which has always been the aspiration of healthcare but was often out of reach due to complexity. AI makes it feasible to handle such vast amounts of personal data, ensuring that care is no longer a one-size-fits-all model, but a truly individual journey toward health. Mental health is another area where AI has shown enormous potential. Access to care in psychiatry is often limited, with many patients facing long waits for appointments or stigma that prevents them from seeking help. AI-driven chatbots and digital therapy platforms offer a partial solution, providing immediate support and guided interventions. For example, a chatbot may help someone experiencing anxiety by walking them through cognitive behavioral exercises or by monitoring their mood over time. While these tools cannot replace trained professionals, they act as accessible companions, filling in gaps between sessions or supporting those who might not otherwise seek care. AI diagnostic tools are also being explored to detect signs of depression or post-traumatic stress disorder through speech patterns or social media activity, offering opportunities for earlier intervention and reducing the risk of crises. Surgical robotics represents one of the most tangible ways patients can see AI in action. These systems combine robotic precision with intelligent guidance, allowing surgeons to perform delicate procedures with smaller incisions, less bleeding, and faster recovery times. AI assists by stabilizing instruments, compensating for natural human tremors, and even providing real-time feedback based on imaging or vital signs. For instance, in complex neurosurgery, AI-enhanced robots can help map out the safest path, reducing risks to critical brain structures. This partnership does not diminish the surgeon's role, but enhances it, much like how a skilled pilot relies on autopilot systems for routine stability while retaining ultimate control. For patients, the results often mean shorter hospital stays and improved outcomes, making AI-powered surgical robotics a breakthrough that bridges human expertise with machine consistency. Wearable health devices have become part of everyday life, from fitness trackers that count steps to advanced smartwatches that detect irregular heart rhythms. What makes these devices transformative is the AI that interprets the raw data. A sensor might detect variations in heart rate, but AI determines whether those variations indicate normal activity, stress, or a potential medical issue like atrial fibrillation. For patients, this means their devices are not just recording numbers, but offering meaningful insights into their health. Doctors can then use these insights to guide treatment or recommend further testing. Wearables also encourage people to take an active role in their own health, making AI a partner in prevention and wellness rather than simply a tool for treatment after problems arise. In oncology, the fight against cancer has been revolutionized by AI in multiple ways. Detection is one area where algorithms excel, spotting early signs of tumors in imaging scans or pathology slides. Staging, which determines how far a cancer has spread, is another critical application, with AI models integrating imaging, genetic data, and clinical notes to provide a more complete picture. Treatment planning is perhaps the most impactful, as AI can recommend combinations of therapies tailored to the individual, factoring in both efficacy and side effect profiles. For example, I might identify that a certain patient's tumor is more likely to respond to immunotherapy than chemotherapy, sparing them unnecessary side effects. In this way, AI is not just making the process faster, but also making it smarter, helping oncologists guide patients through complex treatment decisions with greater confidence. Cardiology has also seen remarkable progress through AI tools designed to predict and prevent heart disease. By analyzing electrocardiograms, wearable data, and even medical histories, AI can forecast a patient's risk of conditions like arrhythmias or heart attacks. These predictions allow for earlier interventions, such as medication adjustments or lifestyle changes, before serious problems occur. AI systems can also guide interventions during procedures, offering real-time insights while a cardiologist places a stent or manages a complex arrhythmia. This blend of prediction and support means that heart care is shifting from crisis response to continuous protection. For patients, it translates into a safer, more proactive form of cardiology that combines human judgment with machine vigilance. Clinical trials are essential for developing new treatments, but they are notoriously slow, expensive, and difficult to manage. AI is helping to optimize this process by identifying suitable participants based on genetic profiles, health records, and demographic factors. This reduces delays caused by recruitment challenges and ensures that trials are more representative. AI can also predict trial outcomes, helping researchers refine study designs and reduce unnecessary risks. For instance, by simulating how different patient groups might respond to a drug, AI can narrow down the focus before costly large-scale testing begins. These efficiencies accelerate the path to new therapies, meaning patients gain access to innovations faster and with more reliable safety and effectiveness data backing them. Natural language processing has proven to be a powerful tool in healthcare, especially in working with unstructured clinical notes. Doctors often record information in narrative form, filled with context and nuance that traditional databases struggle to capture. AI systems using natural language processing can read and interpret these notes, pulling out key insights such as symptoms, family history, or risk factors. This not only saves time, but also ensures that critical information is not overlooked. For example, an AI system might identify that a patient with recurring respiratory infections also has a history of occupational exposure, suggesting an environmental factor in their illness. By bridging the gap between free text records and structured data, natural language processing makes healthcare records far more useful for both clinical care and research. Population health management benefits greatly from AI because it requires identifying patterns across large groups rather than focusing only on individuals. By analyzing medical records, socioeconomic data, and even geographic trends, AI can highlight at-risk communities and suggest preventative measures. For example, it might detect that a certain neighborhood has high rates of asthma due to environmental conditions, prompting targeted interventions such as air quality monitoring or community health programs. This approach shifts healthcare toward prevention on a societal scale, ensuring that resources are directed where they are most needed. In many ways, AI serves as a public health strategist, turning data into actionable insights that improve the well-being of entire populations. In global health, AI plays a particularly vital role in low-resource settings. Countries with limited access to medical specialists can benefit from AI tools that interpret scans, guide diagnostics, or monitor patients remotely. Mobile-based AI applications are already helping rural clinics detect eye diseases, skin conditions, or even early pregnancy complications using only smartphone cameras. This democratization of healthcare knowledge brings quality care to areas where traditional medical infrastructure is lacking. While challenges remain in connectivity and training, AI offers a scalable way to extend healthcare expertise worldwide, narrowing gaps in access and improving outcomes for underserved populations. Bias in healthcare AI is a growing concern because algorithms often reflect the data on which they are trained. If datasets are skewed toward certain demographics, the resulting systems may perform poorly for underrepresented groups. For instance, a skin cancer detection model trained primarily on images of lighter skin may miss signs of disease in darker-skinned patients. This is not just a technical flaw, but a matter of equity and justice. Addressing bias requires intentional efforts, such as diversifying training data and rigorously testing algorithms across demographic groups. Only then can AI fulfill its promise of delivering fair and accurate care to all patients, regardless of background. Data security is another critical challenge in medical AI. Healthcare data is among the most sensitive information about individuals, covering not just medical histories but often financial and personal details. As AI systems process and store this data, they become targets for cyber attacks. Breaches can erode patient trust and cause real harm. Safeguarding data requires advanced encryption, strict access controls, and continuous monitoring for suspicious activity. I can even assist in this effort by detecting unusual patterns that suggest a breach. Protecting patient data is not just a regulatory requirement, but a cornerstone of ethical medical practice, ensuring that technological progress does not come at the cost of privacy. Collaboration between AI systems and clinicians is perhaps the most important theme in this discussion. AI is not designed to replace doctors, but to augment their abilities. By handling repetitive tasks, scanning large datasets, and providing recommendations, AI frees clinicians to focus on the uniquely human aspects of care, such as empathy, judgment, and complex decision-making. This partnership can be compared to a co-pilot in aviation. The pilot remains in command, but the co-pilot adds safety, capacity, and support. In healthcare, this means better outcomes for patients, less burnout for providers, and a more balanced integration of human and machine strengths. Healthcare systems also face constant pressure to reduce costs without sacrificing quality. AI contributes by increasing efficiency in areas such as administrative work, scheduling, and supply chain management. Automating insurance claims, streamlining patient intake, and predicting resource needs all save money and reduce waste. For patients, these efficiencies can translate into lower costs and improved access to care. For providers, they mean more time focused on delivering medicine rather than managing paperwork. Over time, these cost savings reinforce the sustainability of healthcare systems, making AI not just a clinical tool, but also an economic asset in an era of rising healthcare expenditures. The future of AI in healthcare is still being written, but the trajectory is clear. We are moving toward a system where intelligent machines play an integral role in every aspect of medicine, from prevention and diagnosis to treatment and global health strategy. Emerging innovations like digital twins of patients, real-time genome editing guidance, and fully automated triage systems are on the horizon. While these advances bring incredible opportunities, they also demand careful governance to ensure safety, equity, and trust. The story of AI in healthcare is not about machines taking over, but about building a future where technology amplifies human care, creating possibilities that seemed unimaginable only a generation ago. The story of AI in healthcare is one of transformation at every level. From the earliest expert systems like MYCIN to today's sophisticated predictive models, AI has grown into a force that touches diagnostics, treatment planning, hospital operations, and public health. Along the way, it has delivered remarkable benefits such as earlier detection, personalized medicine, and improved efficiency, while also raising challenges around privacy, bias, and adoption. The balance between promise and caution defines the present moment in healthcare innovation. As learners, it is important to recognize both sides of the equation, embracing the potential while asking critical questions about ethics and oversight. Ultimately, AI is not replacing the compassion and judgment at the heart of medicine, but expanding the toolkit available to those who practice it, pointing toward a future where patient care is smarter, faster, and more inclusive. Thanks for tuning in to the Bare Metal Cyber Prepcast, your trusted source for cybersecurity news and insights. Remember to subscribe at baremetalcyber.com so you never miss an update. And visit cyberauthor.me for best-selling cybersecurity books that equip you with expert knowledge. Until next time, stay secure and stay vigilant.